As of early August, the Residential Tenancies Act Reform Bill came into law. Now, most of the provisions of the reform won't take effect till the 11th of February 2021, but the countdown is on. Now, we've been keeping a very close eye on how these changes will affect all our valuable clients. First thing is rent increases. That's now moved out to every 12 months before we can make an increase to rents. That took effect though on the 12th of August, so that's now in place. An owner has to prove a reason that can be upheld in the tribunal if they want to get rid of a tenant, so the 90-day no-cause termination is now gone. 63 days notice is now required if an owner wants to terminate a tenancy and move back in for their own use or their family's use, and that's an increase from the previous 42 days notice. If a tenanted property is now sold and vacant possession required, the buyer is now required to give the tenant 90 days notice to vacate, and that's up from the previous 42 days notice. Now that's going to have a big impact on the residential investment market. An owner cannot now unreasonably withhold consent for the tenant's request to make alterations or renovations to their rental property, provided those proposed works are considered minor. Now, minor means that the work will not require a building consent, must not compromise structural integrity, and can easily be returned to the same condition at the end of the tenancy, among other things. Fixed term tenancies now roll into periodic tenancies automatically at their expiry. This means that an owner cannot simply end a fixed term by telling a tenant that they will not be offering a further term. Rather, they will need to give the same sort of notices to end the tenancy under the rest of the reforms. Termination for antisocial behaviour. Now, this is a new provision that allows the owner to apply for termination of the tenancy if they have issued a tenant with at least 3 notices regarding the antisocial behaviour, such as noise complaints, etc., within a 90-day period. The owner will be responsible for proving the validity and the nature of that evidence. Termination for non-payment of rent is probably one positive that's come out of these reforms, and that an owner has the opportunity now to terminate a tenancy if that tenant has the habit of just falling a little bit behind in arrears. Within a 90-day period, the owner has issued the tenant with 3 separate notices of arrears of more than 5 days of rent, then an owner can apply for termination on those grounds. Those are probably the key amendments to the Act, but there's plenty more to digest. So please get in touch with one of our team if you want to talk through how these changes might affect your investment property.